Welcome back to part 2 of your Introduction to High School English classes at Jenison International Academy. The second half of the video introduction will introduce you to the 6+1 writing traits that will be used in holistically grading many of your projects and writing assignments throughout the course. 6+1 writing traits include ideas and content, organization, sentence fluency, conventions, voice, word choice, and the +1 writing trait, presentation. When discussing ideas and content, it is important for you as a writer to narrow your focus in a way that allows the reader to understand what you are writing about. The points you make in your writing should be strong, complete, and clearly identifiable to the reader. They should be on point and specific in order to be most effective. Writing that is too broad may not accurately answer the prompts or questions that you are being asked in the assignment. When looking at organization, it is imperative that your writing has direction. Knowing where you are heading before you begin writing is important because your paper has to have a clear purpose. You need to have a clearly defined introduction with a clear thesis statement. Additionally, your supporting details and paragraphs should reflect the argument you make in your thesis statement. And finally, your conclusion should tie up any loose ends that the reader may be considering. Good organization flows from idea to idea without hesitation or hiccup. Transitioning towards new ideas helps the reader to understand the completeness within your paper. This trait is often the most difficult for new writers because we are used to writing with our own particular style. If we do not vary our sentence structure, formerly known as syntax, our readers may become bored easily. We have to switch things up by varying the length and structures that we incorporate into our sentences throughout our paper. They need to support the meaning of the writing and keep readers interested in our topic. Additionally, they need to be sentences and not fragments. Make sure that each sentence has a subject and a verb when you are reviewing and proofreading your work. A good trick is to read your paper aloud to yourself. If a sentence trips you up or doesn't sound correct when you read it out loud to yourself, chances are it's going to trip up a reader too. Conventions are like road signs when it comes to English and writing. We expect certain scenarios when we see certain signs along the road, and punctuation is no exception when it comes to writing. A comma is like a yellow light, a short pause if you will. A period is like a red light, with a longer pause, and a capital at the beginning of a sentence allows the reader to know it's time to go. Following the rules of grammar and knowing their purpose keeps everyone on the same page, and it is why conventions in the English language are important. If there are errors in spelling, usage, or grammar, it can be a slippery road for a reader. By using conventions correctly, the drive-through paper is easily navigated. When you listen to the same station on the radio or the same song on your iPod, you become familiar with an artist or DJ's style and their delivery. The same is true for writing in the sense that each person has a unique style and voice all their own. Your job as a writer is to deliver your message in a powerful way that compels and engages the readers to see your point of view. In personal narratives, we do that by pulling the reader in with first-person language like I, we, and me. When we write more formal pieces, we need to do it through our argument in the language that we use to make our points clear. In those cases, we avoid first-person language and rely on the syntax and the way we construct our argument to make our voice strong. Voice is a mixture of syntax and diction, a trait we will discuss below. How we construct our writing makes our voice strong and individualized, much like our experiences. Word choice lends itself to voice much like syntax. Formerly known as diction, it allows the voice to be shown through the decisions we make when choosing a word. Depending on the situation, certain types of language are required. For example, you wouldn't introduce yourself to the President of the United States of America in the same way you would introduce yourself to a classmate, because these situations are entirely different and require different choices. Vocabulary is important because the ability to distinguish between which word is the most appropriate will add credibility and professionalism to your voice when someone reads your writing. Finally, the +1 trait, presentation. Have you ever looked at a paper or magazine article and it was difficult to look at, so you just moved on? People are generally extremely visual customers. This means that if something does not look attractive, they are more likely to put it down quickly and move forward. Each assignment will have different expectations for appearance when you submit your project, but a sample will always be provided for you. Be sure to look at the sample before submitting to be sure that you have included everything that is required in that assignment. Notice that this trait is the +1. This is important because it's the least of our worries when it comes to writing. The 6 other traits are what we focus on when grading, but the presentation of your ideas is the icing on the cake. It could be the difference between a B and a B+, but is nowhere near the top of the writing pyramid. Take your time, and always give your best effort and work, and you will be successful when it comes to writing. Even the most experienced writers have room for improvement throughout the career. Writing never has a peak or ceiling. Everyone will continue to improve on their writing. What about extra credit? Extra credit opportunities will show up a few times over the course of the English class. These assignments will be orally discussed in Class Connect sessions, and you will have up to 2 weeks to successfully complete these assignments. Please note that extra is a key word here. Generally, extra credit will only be awarded to those students who have a majority of their work completed and are up to date for that point in the course. Questions, comments, or concerns? If you have any questions about any of these course components, please contact your instructor for clarification. They are here to help you be successful. Welcome to High School English at Jenison International Academy. We hope you're excited and ready to learn, and we're here to help you out as well. If you need to go back and review this video and the information before taking your assessment at the end of the week, before we actually dive into that material, feel free to come back to these videos. The quiz that you'll take as your assessment for this week will be accessible again and again. You may take the quiz as many times as you need to in order to ensure you get the score that you are happy and content with. If you have any questions, please contact your instructor. We look forward to working with you at Jenison International Academy, and have a great day.